Welcome back. Today we are in Proverbs chapter 25. Proverbs 25 verse 1 says, "These also are the Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, the king of Judah, copied." So these are the ones, Solomon still wrote them, but Hezekiah physically copied them. It says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings to search out a matter." God has a surprise for us. He loves surprises. He loves giving good surprises. And it's the king's job to figure out what those surprises are. They search them out. And I would say the same thing for us, you and I. It's like we're searching out the mysteries of God. He has so many mysteries for us to go out and discover. And we need to go out and discover them. And I think of science as one of those things. I mean, people try to separate science and God, but God put the planet together, and science is the study of God's creation. And so all of the wonderful things that we learn about in science, the meticulous, the elaborate, there's nothing simple out there in nature. It's all God's creation, and it's our job to figure it out and be wowed and amazed by what God has done. From the big, huge planets and stars and solar systems to the itty-bitty protons and neutrons and electrons. And whatever it is that holds that stuff together, we don't even know what it is. We call it the strong nuclear force and the weak nuclear force, but we don't really know what it is. God does. And so it's our joy and our honor and our blessing to discover those things that God has made and hidden. Verse 3 says, "As the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of kings is unsearchable." God knows what's in the heart of kings. He knows what's in the heart of man. We don't. Sometimes we think we know what's going on, but we really don't. So you just need to trust God with that. Verse 4 says, "Take away the dross from silver, and it will go to the silversmith for jewelry. Take away the wicked from before a king, and his throne will be established in righteousness." So the way they used to make silver and the way they used to make gold is they would find it in the ground somewhere, right? But it was never pure. It was always mixed with impurities, other metals. So what they would do is they would put it in the big pot. They'd light a fire under the pot, and it would melt. And then they keep increasing the heat. And as they increase the heat, the impurities would start to float to the top because the silver and the gold was heavy, and that would go to the bottom. And that stuff that would float to the the stuff that would float to the top would just kind of be on top of there, and that's the stuff they called dross. So they took this big, like, squeegee looking thing, and they scraped all that dross off, and they discarded it, right? Then they increased the heat, more stuff would come up. And the hotter the fire got, the more things would separate. And so they keep scraping it off, scraping it off, scraping it off. And they keep doing that till nothing came up anymore, no matter how hot the fire got. And they could look in the surface of the pot, in the silver and the gold, and see their own reflection. And then they knew it was ready. And so it says, if you take the dross out of the silver and get rid of it, then the silver can go to the jeweler and be made into something beautiful. So forth, if you take the wickedness from a king, the result is something beautiful as well. And not just a king, I would say a person in general. So the more of your sin you lose, the more of your sin you allow God to remove from you, the more beautiful of a person you will be to everybody around you. And unfortunately, the way that He removes it is through trials, right? That fire are the trials in your life. So things are hard in your life, and things come up, and you get frustrated, and you get angry, and you get upset. And that's all that dross that comes out. It only comes out when you're in trials. And when that comes out, then God says, like, well, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And then you're left humble and pure and good. And then that's the beauty that everyone gets to see. Nobody likes to see the angry stuff. But that stuff has to come out and get taken away before all you're left with is that pure precious metal. And so that's what God is doing for us through those trials. Is He's actually making us more pure. And nobody likes going through trials. Nobody likes the fire. Nobody wants the heat. And they have that saying, right? If you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen. And so where it's like, well, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to stand it anymore. But God says, no, you can endure this because this is actually purifying you. It is making you into a better person. And we all want to be better people. None of us want to get there. But yeah, think about that. And God bless you. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time.